What if Goten was the reincarnation of Yamoshi? Since birth, Goten had always been different. Calm, mysterious, powerful. But none knew. The spirit of the first Super Saiyan god stirred within him. Visions plagued his dreams. Battles in ancient times. Warriors with divine fire. The final stand of Yamoshi. The boy Goten was beginning to remember a life that wasn't his. Beerus stirred. Whis raised an eyebrow. Even Xeno's guardians paused. The rebirth of a forgotten god could shake the balance of all realities. Goten's power erupted, not as a Super Saiyan, but as something more. The red flames of a god. The legacy of Yamoshi. And the universe would never be the same. What if Cell absorbed Frieza instead of androids? In another timeline, Cell realized something chilling. The androids weren't the only source of power. Beyond Earth, a tyrant existed, far stronger, far more vicious. So he changed his mission. Frieza laughed when Cell arrived, but the laughter died quickly. Cell didn't ask. He attacked. The battle shook planets. With Frieza's DNA absorbed, Cell became something terrifying. A being with no limits. No mercy. He didn't evolve, he ascended. Earth's heroes stood no chance. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan. They fell, one by one, against an enemy reborn from evil itself. What if Cell absorbed Frieza instead of androids? In another timeline, Cell awakened in a galaxy not with Android 17 or 18, but with a different prey in mind. One known across the stars. Frieza. When Cell found Frieza, it wasn't a fight. It was an ambush. And with one scream, the tyrant of the galaxy became part of something far worse. Cell didn't just gain power. He gained cruelty, strategy, empire. Now, Perfect Cell bore a twisted crown and a thirst for domination. Earth was next. But this time, Cell didn't come to test his strength. He came to conquer. What if Goku was born with God Ki? Before he was a warrior, before he was a Saiyan, Goku was something else entirely. Born with the power of the gods, the universe trembled the moment he cried for the first time. Frieza watched from afar. A new energy, too pure, too dangerous. He ordered planet Vegeta's destruction, earlier than in the original timeline. Jin and Bardock sensed destiny. They launched baby Goku toward Earth, not to survive, but to awaken. And Earth would never be the same again. Grandpa Gohan didn't just raise a child. He raised a god in hiding. Goku's training awakened flashes of godly instinct, and the heavens took notice. When Raditz came, Goku didn't just resist, he ascended. His aura split the sky. The Saiyan warrior had become a living god, and the gods weren't ready for him. What if Gohan never stopped training after Cell? After defeating Cell, Gohan stood at the edge of greatness. But in this timeline, he never let go of it. He trained. He evolved. He became Earth's strongest guardian. Without distractions, Gohan's power grew beyond even Goku's. He unlocked forms no one had ever seen. Gods took notice and feared what he might become. When the gods challenged him, Gohan didn't back down. He stood tall, for Earth, for his father's legacy, and for the future he chose to shape with his own fists. Gohan became more than a warrior. He became a myth. The boy who once hesitated now shines as the symbol of limitless potential. What if Goten was trained by future Trunks instead of Goku? In a timeline where hope flickers like a dying flame, one warrior returns not to fight, but to teach. Future Trunks has come, for Goten. Training under Goku was filled with laughter. But with Trunks, every blow carried the weight of lost lives, and a future that must never repeat. Power isn't enough. Strategy, restraint, pain, Goten learns it all. And then, one day, he surpasses even the echo of his father. When a threat emerges unlike any before, Earth's hope is no longer a Saiyan raised by joy, but a warrior forged by sorrow. Goten is ready. What if Piccolo became the next god of destruction? When Universe 7's god of destruction seeks a successor, Beerus turns his attention not to Saiyans, but to a Namekian with clarity and control. Piccolo, chosen for balance, not power. Power alone cannot rule destruction. Whis subjects Piccolo to divine tests, not just strength, but judgment, mercy, and the terrifying burden of erasure. Could a warrior of peace wield the power to destroy? As Piccolo watches a corrupt planet, he faces a choice that will define the cosmos and himself. A new god of destruction rises, not in anger, but in wisdom. And from the silence of Namek to the edge of time, the multiverse trembles. What if Piccolo became the next god of destruction? When Universe 7's god of destruction seeks a successor, Beerus turns his attention not to Science, but to a Namekian with clarity and control. Piccolo, chosen for balance, not power. Power alone cannot rule destruction. Whis subjects Piccolo to divine tests, not just strength, but judgment, mercy, and the terrifying burden of erasure. Could a warrior of peace wield the power to destroy? As Piccolo watches a corrupt planet, he faces a choice that will define the cosmos and himself. A new god of destruction rises, not in anger, but in wisdom. And from the silence of Namek to the edge of time, the multiverse trembles. What if Vegeta was sent to Universe 6 as a baby? In a moment of desperation during the fall of planet Vegeta, King Vegeta makes a drastic choice. He sends baby Prince Vegeta through a secret wormhole to Universe 6. Discovered by the Science of Universe 6, the child is raised by a peaceful warrior clan. No Frieza, no planet trade, only honor, training, and unity. Years later, the tournament of destroyers begins. Two Vegetas meet, one forged in rage, one forged in calm. Both unstoppable. In the final moment, Universe 6 Vegeta offers peace. Main timeline Vegeta must choose. Fight to prove dominance, or embrace a version of himself that never knew hate. What if Kami fused with Goku instead of Piccolo? When the android threat loomed, Kami saw only one chance for balance. He would merge, not with Piccolo, but with the one who defied destiny. Goku. The fusion birthed something new, not just power, but purpose. A warrior with divine insight. A god who could punch. With divine foresight and mortal fury, the fused Goku faced Cell. No teleporting, no distractions, only precision and justice. When the final blast came, Goku didn't need to die. He channeled divine harmony, absorbing the attack into light. For the first time, peace was enough.